Stop. Put down your camera. If you're a photographer, a filmmaker, a hybrid creator, or just someone obsessed with capturing life at its absolute technical best, you need to hear this. For 3 years, you have waited. You've shot with the A7 IV, the workhorse, the reliable friend. But you knew the revolution was coming. You knew Sony was holding back its most advanced technology for the moment it mattered most. That moment is now. This is the Sony A7 Mark V, and it is not an iteration. It is an absolute technical reset of the mid-range full-frame camera. Forget everything you think you know about the $2,500 body price point. Sony has finally taken the elite, professional-grade DNA from the $6,000 A1 and the game-changing AI from the A7V and fused them into a body built for the relentless demands of the modern creator. If you wait, you lose. If you buy the A7 IV today, you are purchasing an immediately obsolete machine. We are diving deep into the leaks that confirm console-level video specs, AI focus that predicts human behavior, and the single hardware upgrade that will finally kill rolling shutter distortion for good. Stay with me for the next 30 minutes, because by the end, you'll understand why the Sony A7V will define hybrid capture for the next 5 years. Let's begin with the biggest weakness of the A7 IV, the frustrating chasm between its incredible stills and its often compromised video. The Achilles heel, rolling shutter. The A7V, according to the most trusted sources, is finally addressing this with a newly designed 33 to 44 megapixel sensor that features a partially stacked or extremely fast readout design. This is a technical triumph. It means that when you're shooting high-speed action, a golf swing, a fast pan of a running subject, the image will no longer warp or skew. The vertical lines stay vertical. This one upgrade, this single engineering feat, instantly legitimizes the A7V as a professional-grade video tool. And that fast readout speed is what makes the next set of rumored video specs terrifying for the competition. Uncropped 4K at 60 frames per second. For years, achieving smooth 4K 60p on the A7 series meant a punishing 1.5x crop, throwing away your beautiful full-frame depth of field. No more. The A7V is coming with the power to capture cinematic, full-width 4K 60p, finally giving filmmakers the best of both worlds, that creamy full-frame look and the fluid, high frame rate motion. And if the highest-end leaks are true, brace yourself for 4K at 120 frames per second with only a minor crop, a monumental slow-motion tool packaged into a workhorse body. This is the moment the hybrid camera designation actually means something. The performance leap, however, is not just about raw resolution or frame rate. It's about intelligence. The Sony A7V is expected to be armed with a dedicated AI processing unit previously reserved for the flagship A7RV. This is not just faster autofocus. This is AI-driven subject recognition and tracking that borders on prescience. The A7IV's autofocus was good. The A7 versus focus will be sentient. It doesn't just look for an eye. It analyzes the entire human form and posture to predict where the subject is moving next. It locks onto cars, trains, airplanes, and even insects with a tenacity that makes missing a shot an impossibility. Imagine you're shooting a complex wedding or a fast-paced sports event. That AI chip calculates the depth, the vector, and the velocity of your subject hundreds of times per second. You just focus on the composition. The camera handles the technical stress. For content creators in the US market, this means you can finally shoot your own vlog or interview with absolute confidence and focus. Set the camera, hit record, and walk anywhere in the frame. The A7 versus AI locks onto your body and eye, never letting go. This single feature eliminates the largest source of frustration for solo shooters. Let's talk about the experience of holding and using this machine. Sony is known for its incredible technology and equally known for its occasionally clumsy ergonomics. The A7V is set to fix that. We anticipate 2 major, non-negotiable ergonomic upgrades inherited from the A7RV: the high-resolution 9.44 million EVF and the revolutionary 4-axis tilt flip screen. First, the EVF. Shooting stills in bright daylight on the A7 IV felt like looking through a porthole. The A7V will provide a massive jump in clarity and detail, making G manual focus easier and framing more accurate. Second, the screen. This is where Sony stops forcing creators to choose. The new screen design articulates out and flips forward for vlogging, but also tilts up and down for low-angle or high-angle photography, all while keeping the screen perfectly centered and accessible. This is the physical upgrade that finally makes the A7V a professional's tool for both photo and video. No compromises. And here's the feature that will make your existing gear feel ancient. 8-stop in-body image stabilization, IBIS. The A7 IV offered 5.5 stops. The A7V is rumored to reach 8 stops. This is a massive leap in stabilization capability. In practice, this means you can shoot stunningly sharp still images at a ridiculously low shutter speed. We're talking about handheld shots that previously required a tripod, even in low light. For filmmakers, this level of IBIS, combined with the AI-driven active mode, means you can execute smooth, beautiful walking shots without a gimbal, simply by holding the camera to your body. It reduces the size and complexity of your rig, freeing you to move and create without the weight of unnecessary gear. Finally, the professional workflow upgrades that turn a great camera into a pro tool. The A7V is expected to feature a full-size HDMI port. Forget those fragile, anxiety-inducing micro HDMI cables that constantly fail on set. This is a small, quiet change that speaks volumes about Sony's commitment to reliability for professional videographers. Furthermore, we expect the camera to embrace dual CF Express Type A/SD card slots. The A7 IV was limited to one high-speed slot. The A7V will provide the necessary buffer and speed for the next-generation burst shooting and high bitrate video, ensuring you never miss a shot or fail backup. And the software? Expect BRAW, Blackmagic RAW, support to finally come to the Alpha line, giving filmmakers unprecedented flexibility in post-production. This is Sony opening the gates to the highest level of cinematic quality. The Sony A7V is not just a camera. It is a foundational change in the photography and filmmaking landscape. It takes the wish list from 3 years of user feedback, integrates the best features from Sony's flagships, and packages it into a body that will set the standard for years to come. If you're serious about your craft, if you demand the best in focus, stabilization, and professional-grade video quality, the wait is over. You simply cannot afford to miss this. This is the camera you've been waiting for. The A7 IV, like its predecessors, faced a critical, crippling challenge when shooting high-resolution video in demanding conditions: the overheat shutdown. That moment when your camera throws up the heat warning and forces you to stop is not just an inconvenience. It's a career killer. The A7V is expected to incorporate a significantly re-engineered internal heat sink and thermal management system. This is a direct answer to every professional who demands unlimited recording time. When coupled with the efficiency of the new Bion's XR processor and the optimized sensor, this means that those glorious, uncropped 4K 60p and 4K 120p clips won't be limited to 5 or 10 minutes. You can roll for the duration of a keynote speech, a full ceremony, or a lengthy interview without the terror of an untimely shutdown. This is the bedrock of professional reliability. The A7V is built to run a marathon, not just a sprint. The stills revolution, speed, and pre-capture. While the A7V is a video beast, Sony is not ignoring its photographic heritage. The rumored sensor advancements and that powerful Bion's XR processor unlock a speed level previously reserved for the Alpha 1 or Alpha 9 series. Forget the 10 frames per second of the A7 IV. The A7V is rumored to push out 20 frames per second of full-resolution RAW stills with continuous autofocus and auto-exposure. That's lightning fast, ensuring you capture every nuance of a fleeting moment. But here is the true game-changer for action and wildlife photographers: pre-capture functionality. Imagine this. You're waiting for a bird to take flight or for the peak of a high-speed jump. You slightly press the shutter button, and the camera begins recording images before you fully press the button down. By the time your brain registers the perfect moment, the A7V has already buffered the previous second of action. You capture the moment you saw it, and the moment right before it. This isn't just photography, it's time manipulation. This single feature, a gift from Sony's flagship technology, fundamentally alters how you approach critical action. Beyond 4K, the future-proofing for 2026. The professional market is always looking ahead, and the A7V ensures you are positioned for the future. Beyond uncropped 4K, the latest leaks hint at two massive video format additions. 6K/30p internal recording. Oversampled 6K down to 4K gives you a level of sharpness and detail that is visually indistinguishable from dedicated cinema cameras. More importantly, 6K provides a small but crucial cropping margin for stabilization or slight reframing in a 4K timeline, giving you essential post-production flexibility. 16-bit RAW output. The A7V is expected to maintain and enhance its external RAW output capabilities. When paired with an external recorder, 16-bit RAW means you capture the maximum amount of color and light information possible, giving colorists virtually unlimited latitude in grading. This elevates the A7V from a hybrid camera to a true cinematic production tool. The ecosystem advantage, where Sony always wins. Let's zoom out from the camera body itself. You are buying into the most developed, most extensive mirrorless lens system in the world, the Sony E-mount. When you buy a Canon or a Nikon, you are often limited to a few first-party lenses and waiting years for the lens lineup to catch up. With the Sony A7V, you gain instant access to a vast, unparalleled arsenal of glass from Sony's world-class G Master line, but crucially, from third-party giants like Sigma and Tamron. You can pair the A7 versus 8-stop IBIS and AI autofocus with a $500 third-party prime or a $2,000 master lens, and the performance is guaranteed. This freedom of choice and affordability is a silent killer for the competition. The A7V is the perfect engine for the best engine bay in the mirrorless world.